We zijn hier met de AFCB podcast aflevering 132. We staan hier nog in het Mijnstadion te Beringen, alwaar de Limburg Shotguns partij hebben gegeven aan de Kasteel Nitro's. En de uitslag was 61-0, maar liefst. Dus dat is een ferm pak rammel. Bij ons, and we'll switch to English right now, because with us is the winning quarterback, Jabari Harris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was your debut here in the home stadium, 61-0. How did it feel out there?
It felt great. It was a great atmosphere. I think we played well as a team. Everybody was excited, and we really just wanted to come out and make the fans proud.
Yeah, I think that's the least that you can say. How about yourself? You scored six touchdowns. Myself, I've never seen someone score 6 touchdowns here in the stadium or even in the BNL. Was it 4 throwing, 2 rushing?
Yes, sir.
All right. So previously we had you on the podcast saying that you were a dual threat quarterback. And did you give it all out there, or because everything seemed to be working just how you planned it?
Everything was clicking. We had a bye week the first week. We were able to really see how they play. We knew that they were going to come out and be aggressive, so we had to come out as aggressive as they were. And I think that everybody did a good job. The offensive line gave me time. The receivers ran great routes. And I just like to, give the credit to my teammates. They were the reason for my performance. So.
Yeah. In the end, did you really want to go for more? Because you were up 40 points, but still you guys kept going. Was this coach's idea? Is this you? Because we're thinking,
Well, we were up 40 points, but it was still the third quarter, and we know we had to make a statement. A lot of people kind of doubted us after the preseason game loss, so we were very, anxious to get out and play, and we wanted to play a full game of football, and we did that today.
Yeah. I didn't keep track, but there were not a whole lot of incompletions. You seem to find, and it's not one receiver, it's not two, I think 3 or 4 guys out there, and they're all like yourself, new with the team. It all seemed to work out. Did you get a good rhythm with your receivers?
Yeah, we had a great week of practice. When I came back, we figured that we needed to do more work. Even last night after practice, we stayed an extra hour and got work. Tried to fine tune some things, and it showed up today. It was nice to spread the ball out around, and everybody was able to make plays today.
Yeah. Also, the offensive line, they gave you a lot of time because you're really you got some time. But you're a real natural thrower as well. How about the level here in Belgium of your receivers, the defense? Was it okay or?
Yeah, surprisingly, I think that the level here is getting to a respectable level. I didn't know what to expect until today, and I think that football has a lot of potential here. We got a lot of talent, and I saw a lot of talent from the Nitros as well. So I'm excited to see what the guys are going to do.
Yeah. Okay, we received the message that Amsterdam beat again by 44-0. So it's a little bit similar. So next week is no game, but then in 2 weeks you're gonna travel to Amsterdam to face the Crusaders, who are 2-0. You guys are 1-0. Tonight went really well. How about the game plan for Amsterdam? You think it'll be about the same or?
Well, we think that Amsterdam, they're the defending champions. They do a lot of things well. They're very aggressive, very smart team, very good offense. So we're still going to have to go back to practice and prepare for them. They're going to have a very physical defensive line, and they're going to also have a good secondary. So I think the next 2 weeks we're going to really lock in and focus on what we need to do to be prepared for them.
Yeah, I hope you all didn't show everything in the first week. A little bit about yourself, maybe. You live in Finland? And you are a aerospace engineer, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. You travel, you work here, or you work in Finland. You travel here for Belgium just for football, or how does it really work?
Yeah, so I've been working in Finland for 6 years as an aerospace engineer for a company called ISI. We're building micro satellites for Finland, and I've been doing that for 6 years. And this year I decided that I wanted to see something different. So once I linked up with Coach Lewis, I decided that I wanted to come to Belgium. And I'm still working in Finland remotely sometimes, but I'm currently with the team here in Belgium for the summer.
All right, so you're here for the full ride.
Yes, sir.
All right. Once again, Jabari, congratulations. We hope to see a lot more from you, like tonight, like we saw tonight. And we hope to see you in Amsterdam in about 2 weeks. For us Belgians, hopefully with a similar, well, not similar score, but a W.
Thank you.
All right, see you next time.
See you.
We continue this podcast with an interview with Coach Lewis from the Shotguns. So we'll keep it in English because that's also an American here.
Yes, sir.
We talked a little bit outside. You're California born?
Yeah, California born and raised.
Born and raised,
Yeah.
all right. So this is a chilly night for you then.
Yeah, very chilly night.
Yeah.
Very unusual for me.
Yeah. Before we go to the game, how did you end up here in Limburg with the Shotguns?
So basically back in November, Michelle reached out to me. I was actually retired from coaching for a while. I spent most of my time in Germany in the GFL.
Okay.
And so for me, it was an opportunity to where I would be able to stay at home, which is Amsterdam, and be close enough to commute to still continue to coach.
Okay.
So once I got the call, it was really one of those things where, it felt good. I understood what the direction the organization was wanting to go, and it was right up my alley. So I pretty much came out of retirement and took the job.
Okay. I saw a lot of new faces tonight compared to last year's Shotguns team.
Yeah.
Did you also do some recruiting in those months that you were here?
Yeah, definitely. Recruited very, very heavily. I actually do train athletes throughout all of Europe. So I think just with my business, it also allowed me to have those connections with some of these kids.
All right.
That they knew that they would be able to get developed, here. So
Yeah.
it really worked out well for me. This is my first head coaching job. So the opportunity was really something that I had to take by the horns. Yeah.
Okay. So about tonight's game, you had a preseason game when you played Rotterdam.
Right.
I was not here myself, but I was told we don't know yet about these Shotguns this year. New team, new coach. It still has to gel a little bit. But tonight was really obvious that you didn't put it all out there that game.
Yeah, definitely. No, we definitely didn't. For me, what's big is development. I really, here in Europe, it's a bit different from America, so I really am still into the development phase.
Yeah.
So for the game against Rotterdam, we actually played some of our third and fourth string guys in the second quarter. So it was definitely early, it was premature. I didn't want to really risk any injuries or anything like that to our starters. So I really wanted to kind of see what guys could do because, again, like you said, it's a lot of new faces. So I didn't really quite know who could do what. So this was a good opportunity for us playing Rotterdam, which is a game that didn't count, to really kind of learn the offense.
How did you then approach tonight's game against the Nitros, who went toe-to-toe with Amsterdam last week? It was still 14-12 until the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But you guys annihilated them. I've never seen a 61-0 score here.
Yeah.
So you pitched a shutout. That's positive for your defense.
Definitely.
But how did you approach tonight's game then? You want to go all out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very high on details and fundamentals.
Yeah.
And it kind of just goes back to what I preach, just my philosophy in general is all about attacking. The guys bought in today. They really honed in and listened to the coaches. Was very assignment detailed and really played all facets of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. For us, it was always hard for us to kind of bond and get that team bond because we got so many new guys. And for us in this program, this is a huge win, not only just by the victory amount, but just for a win in general because this is good for us and our momentum going forward.
Your quarterback scored 6 touchdowns. He spread it around the ball as well. Is that the biggest positive from tonight? Like, not a whole lot of incompletions. The receivers were on target.
Yeah.
Good hands.
Yeah. I don't think we had any drop balls.
No, almost none.
Yeah, almost no drop balls. And like you said, that is one of the biggest things that I am proud of is that he spread the ball around. I've always kind of been coaching him just to kind of hey, trust it. Don't stick on a guy. I know you might like a guy to throw to, but go through your progressions and read because that's the next level. And he's here. He's working hard. He's one of our hardest workers, and he's a great leader. So I'm proud of him.
He looks like a great guy. We just interviewed him.
Yeah.
Great leader. He has the physical traits. Personally, I've never seen a quarterback like this here in Belgium. So.
Yeah. I mean, he's a special quarterback. I mean, he's a veteran in European football. He's, played 10 years in the Finnish league. You know, is one of those guys that are pretty much will go down in probably a Hall of Fame of Europe football. So you know, we're lucky to have him. You know, honestly, you know, he's a great leader, owner off the field. Like I said, he goes harder than anyone else. He's not afraid to go the extra mile and things of that nature. So you know, it's really, you know, a special thing to have a quarterback as good as him.
Maybe a little bit about yourself. I saw some things tonight, a little bit detailed. Is discipline an important factor of your game? I saw you like, okay, keep the defense and the offense separated, keep the mind on the game. I even saw some guys doing push-ups after the game. I don't know what went down there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, accountability, responsibility, and being accountable and things of that nature. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, the game is the game, but we also want to teach these young men how to be better men too. You know, so that's part of the culture that we're building. Where, hey, if you mess up, you got to be accountable for it. You know, and these guys, I can't really express it enough that I'm very, you know, lucky to have a team like this. Like I said, our leaders from previous years that are veterans here, they're actually buying in. You know, and that's always the hardest part, to kind of get the old guys to kind of do the new stuff.
A little bit of a new culture. One more thing. Why did you keep the starters in the game when you're up 40-0? Because, I mean, you never know what might happen.
Right.
But you still wanted to keep the pedal on the metal.
Yeah. I mean, for me, personally, the reason why is because we just haven't had enough time to actually play together.
Okay.
You know, it's not quite something that I want to do to kind of like show out or run up the score or anything like that. But I just felt like a half would just not be enough for us. You know, we don't really get a lot of, you know, time together as it is with 2 practices a week. So I wanted to kind of give these guys a little more reps together, and also just kind of get that momentum going, you know, and show these guys that they have the confidence and build their confidence up.
Well, coming from a 61-0 victory, you travel to Amsterdam now in 2 weeks. That'll be already a big game. It's all on tape, of course, what you did tonight. How do you look forward to this game?
You know, it's one of those games where, of course, you know, they won the BNL last year. They've always been a powerhouse in the Dutch league. So I'm excited about it. I actually coached there.
You know the field? You know the coaches still?
Yeah, I know all the coaches. I actually was a part of the Crusaders in 2018 as an offensive coordinator. So it's kind of a bit of a homecoming for me. I actually live in Amsterdam, so I'm looking forward. I mean, I really am looking forward for the challenge, and to really see kind of how our team responds. You know, I think that this will be one of our tougher opponents this year, outside of the Black Angels. So
that's still a little bit. For me, it's the Brussels is a little bit the wild card still. I don't know how they will, because they didn't play last year. They beat the Shotguns last year.
Right.
But okay, and a few weeks after that, it's Brussels against Limburg, and they all play each other twice, of course.
Right.
Coach Lewis, thanks.
Thank you
for talking to you, and we'll see you again, hopefully in a few weeks.
Yeah, thank you, sir.